Welcome back to Clash of Cultures. As we continue along with our 2023 preview series, we take a look at the Alabama quarterback situation and what Nick Saban decides he's going to do, I guess, for week 2, because we're pretty sure that he's going to play all 3 quarterbacks in week 1. But just kind of discuss that today. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. We're creeping up on 1,000 subscribers where we're going to be giving away another Heisman jersey. We actually purchased the Heisman jersey today. It is a big name Heisman player. You guys are going to like it. Bigger than the Charlie Ward giveaway we did at 250 subscribers, so make sure you guys tune in there. Our college football pick'em is in the description below. Make sure you guys join that. Also, later this week, we're going to be dropping a bold prediction videos, but we would love to hear your guys' bold predictions. So please comment on this video down below your bold prediction for the year. We're going to react to it in the video, as well as where you guys are rooting from. So where you guys are from, as well as the team you guys root for, just so we can kind of give some love to you guys and the loyal guys who have been around here for quite a while. We see you guys on live shows, but just kind of get back to you guys a little bit more. With all being said, Dad, how do you feel about the Alabama quarterback situation and the kind of controversy that's going on over there?
Yeah, so I've said this. I think if it was going to be Jalen Milroe, there's a couple things that make me believe that it is not going to be Jalen Milroe. I think if it was going to be Jalen Milroe, he would have been announced already. Again, I've talked about Tyler Buchner and the fact that he came over from Notre Dame. This was Notre Dame's starting quarterback last year for most of the season or part of the season before he got hurt. So the fact that he went to Alabama, a guy who, again, started at, and I know Notre Dame's not a Power 5 team, but obviously a blue blood school. He was the starting quarterback there. The fact that he went to Alabama out of all the places. And again, I think we've named a number of places that don't necessarily have a great quarterback situation. So the fact that he was willing to go to Alabama with Jalen Milroe there obviously concerns me. Ty Simpson, a 5-star guy. Again, who the redshirt freshman, big name guy. So what I'll say is I think this must still be up in the air. We know the athletic ability of Jalen Milroe, his ability as a runner. But my concern is his ability as a passer. And I think that's probably, and again, I'm assuming here, and we know what assuming does, but that's probably why he has not been named the starter yet. Like I said, if I was handicapping this, if I was betting on this, I would believe Tyler Buchner is going to get the start. And again, I only say that because he came over, and there is a reason they have not named the starter yet.
So I did a little bit of brief research before we made this video. A lot of the Alabama articles actually think that Milroe is going to start, but they're going to have 2 guys prepared to play in week 1 and week 2. I think it's going to be Buchner. I think Ty Simpson's going to end up being the 3rd-string quarterback at the end of this. Yeah. I think it's either going to be Buchner or Milroe who get the start eventually. But I think Milroe's going to get the starting nod in week 1. And I think they're planning on playing at least 2 quarterbacks in that game. They're probably going to play 3. Obviously, they're going to win that game, huge. I'm assuming all 3 quarterbacks get a shot to kind of see what they can do in week 1. But those of you guys who have been on the channel know that I want Milroe to start. I'm not an Alabama fan, but I think he could do really good for them. But again, I also stated that no matter who plays quarterback for this team, they're always going to have a chance. We're talking about Alabama, obviously. They've been in the thick of it for the last 15 seasons. So I don't think the quarterback situation really matters as much as the mainstream media is making it seem. It's just something to talk about for Alabama, bring up controversy for them. But I really don't think it matters. So many, I guess, above average or average even quarterbacks at Alabama, and they're still finding ways to win the SEC and compete for national championships. So I don't think it matters. And it's not like any of these 3 quarterbacks are, bottom tier quarterbacks. These are still top 20, 25, 30 maybe quarterbacks in all of college football. If you're talking about just, star rating and talent-wise, production is a different story. But these aren't bad quarterbacks by any means. A lot of these guys, if they went to another Power 5 school, would get the start, easily. So I just think a lot is getting put into this conversation about the quarterbacks, but I don't think it's as big a deal as people are making it. And I do think that whoever gets the quarterback, whoever gets the start is going to have a great season. That's just, you're put in a situation where you have 5 stars all around you. You have arguably a top 3 defense in all college football. So you don't really need to do much. You could just, play a natural game managing type quarterback play, and your team will be fine.
Now, I think if as you've mentioned a couple times, if Alabama goes to back to the, and I don't want to say days of old, but days of a couple years ago when they went power run, I
Mhm.
think in that case, Jalen Milroe does make the most sense. Because I think if you go read option with Jason McClellan, that Jalen Milroe is probably the best run threat from the quarterback position. I know Tyler Buckner can move a little bit. I don't know much about Ty Simpson as a runner, but I know Jalen Milroe is a dynamic runner. So again, I think though that they also have the receiving core that makes you at least want to throw the ball a little bit with Jermaine Burton and Ja'Cory Brooks and Kobe Prentice. So I think they do want to throw the ball, and I think that's where Tyler Buckner probably may hold a little bit of the edge over Jalen Milroe. So I think this is really about scheme. What does Alabama want to identify with on offense next year? And like I said, if it is going to be a power run team, then I think you go Jalen Milroe and let him be a read option threat, and let him also, because again, he is a dynamic runner himself.
It's hard to say though because so Buckner in 2022 only played 3 games,
Right.
um, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. In 2021, he played 10 games, but he only threw the ball 35 times in 10 games, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So I thought that he was a little bit more proven than the other two, but I don't really know if I would say he may be more experienced from a being in college standpoint. But none of these quarterbacks have really excelled at the college level yet.
No.
So I could see why Nick Saban and the offensive coordinator, the quarterbacks coach, are having a hard time picking. Obviously, we're not in the spring game, we're not in the spring practice, we're not in camp, knowing and in fall camp, knowing what's going on. But from the outside looking in, it would be hard for. I mean, I don't know if it would be hard for me to choose because I would choose Milroe. But the average, college football fan, I feel like it would be hard to choose because none of these guys have shown you, at the SEC or Alabama type level that they can play starting quarterback level or caliber of that level. So I think when you look at Notre Dame, obviously he was there for a little while. When you look at Jalen Milroe kind of spelling Bryce Young when he was hurt for a little bit, I would personally go with Milroe just because he's been there. Obviously Ty Simpson as well, but they went with Milroe over Ty Simpson last year when the whole quarterback situation happened with Bryce Young.
Yeah, I the part though that is concerning, and probably why Alabama is slow to make a decision is you probably know that whatever quarterback you pick, one or both of the other ones are going to enter the portal. So you have to make sure you have this decision right. You probably lose. Let's just say it is Milroe, right? I'm assuming you're going to lose Ty Simpson because Milroe's a redshirt sophomore, maybe at Alabama for another 2 years as the starting quarterback. Buckner is a redshirt sophomore, maybe at Alabama for another 2 years as a starting quarterback. So that means whoever you pick, again, if I'm Ty Simpson and I'm not the guy picked, I may take off. If I'm Buckner, and again, I know Buckner's transferred once, but there's all types of waivers and things that he could do if he wanted to be able to play right away. If he didn't win this job, so the concerning part, I think, what probably prolongs this even more than normal is the fact that Nick Saban knows that we have to get this right. This is not a situation where maybe I can make a decision and be wrong and then switch because those guys may be gone by the time you want to switch. Again, a lot of players don't stick through the grind of fighting their way up the depth chart when they see a situation, especially if you're talking 4 and 5 star guys. When they see a situation that's not going to break their way, they get up out of there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Nick Saban decides to do. Obviously, like I said, I think in week 1, everybody's going to play. All 3 quarterbacks are going to play. So we're really not going to find out until week 2, which is what, September,
And that's the Texas game, right?
yeah, 7th or 8th or whatever day that is. I can pull it up right now,
No, I
actually.
think it's like the 10th, isn't it?
September 9th
Right.
is when we're going to really find out who the starting guy is. But I think even in that game, they may rotate, to be honest, depending on how the game goes.
Yeah.
But it should be interesting. Alabama fans, let us know in the comment section what you guys think. And like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure you guys drop your bold predictions for the 2023 season. We're going to be putting up your guys' bold predictions on the screen in a video coming later this week, just to kind of change it up a bit, give you guys some shout outs, as well as give you guys a voice on how we're going to run the show. Another live show coming this Sunday. But we will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.